Welcome to the Buckeye Preview. I'm Natalie Hunt, and I'm joined here by Schoenberg. Ohio State faced off last week against the #1 ranked Texas Longhorns, coming up victorious with a 14-7 win in the shoe, putting them into the #1 spot going into this week.
Natalie, it was a very gritty win for the Buckeyes. Like you said, 14-7. Julian Sain finished 13 of 20 with 126 yards. That one touchdown he threw was to Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith both had 40-yard games. C.J. Donaldson, bunch of carries. I believe he was just shy of 20 carries, 60 yards. Very nice game from the Buckeyes. Up front, Davison Igbinosun led the Buckeyes with 10 tackles.
The defense showed up for this game. They absolutely shined, kind of outshined the offense, but a win is a win. So,
yeah, 7-0 first half was the story. Obviously, like Natalie just said, it was a very defense-heavy game. Ohio State at one point, 14-0 towards the end of that fourth quarter before Texas tried to pull off the rally, was unsuccessful. The Buckeyes stopped them on 4th and short.
Absolutely. So with that electric season opener, Ohio State extended its streaks of season opener wins to 25 consecutive after Saturday's game. They will face off against Grambling State at home on Saturday in the shoe at 3:30.
This is a big game for the Buckeyes. As Coach Ryan Day says, week 1 to 2, the jump there is going to be a lot for the team. Although they are playing a less prestigious opponent in Grambling State, the team still needs to figure out their identity, as the team now is not the same in which they will be towards the later part of the season.
Absolutely. Grambling State did come out with a win last week against Langston, 55-7. It's a big win. They had 466 yards of total offense, and their quarterback, Savian Tset, threw for 203 yards. So definitely a show off there.
Yeah, what I was going to say is Ohio State is now ranked #1 according to the AP. Texas falls all the way down to #7 after the loss. So Grambling State will come into the shoe at 3:30 on Saturday with a lot of expectations and a lot of hopes to upset the Buckeyes and the #1 team in the nation.
Absolutely. I think that in this game against Grambling State, we are going to see a lot of different players rotating in. I think they're going to get a lot of reps. I know that Coach Day said earlier this week that they're going to get into kind of a game week routine that they weren't able to get earlier in this preseason, and I think that's going to help getting these players more time on the field.
One thing Coach Day also spoke about was how James Peoples and C.J. Donaldson will start splitting a little bit more time. Obviously, we saw Donaldson have that touchdown against Texas. He had a lot of carries compared to Peoples, so maybe splitting it up a little more is the game plan for Saturday.
Absolutely. Ohio State is tied with Air Force, Florida, Illinois, Memphis, and TCU with the longest winning streak in the nation right now with 5 wins apiece. Hopefully they can pull out their 6th this weekend, but we'll see.
We will see. Thank you for joining us on the Buckeye Preview. Once again, this has been Schoenberg and Natalie Hunt, and we will see you next week.